When oil prices move, inflation moves, currencies move, governments panic, and markets react. What makes oil prices control the world economy? Oil is often treated like just another commodity. In reality, it is the foundation layer of the modern economic system. Nearly every product, service, and supply chain either runs on oil directly or depends on something that does. That is why oil prices don't stay in the energy sector. They spread into food, transport, inflation, geopolitics, and global power. 10 reasons oil prices control the world economy. 1. Oil is a universal input cost. Oil is not just fuel. It is energy, transport, and raw material. Factories use it to produce goods, farms use it to grow and transport food, and cities use it to keep systems running. When oil prices rise, costs rise everywhere at the same time, making inflation global instead of local. 2. Transportation depends almost entirely on oil. Global trade moves through ships, trucks, planes, and rail systems, all powered by oil or oil-derived fuel. When oil becomes expensive, shipping costs rise immediately. Those higher costs are passed down the chain, raising prices for consumers in every country. 3. Food prices are directly linked to oil. Modern agriculture relies on oil for fertilizers, machinery, irrigation, storage, and transport. A rise in oil prices increases the cost of producing and delivering food. That is why food inflation often follows energy inflation, especially in developing countries. 4. Oil is the fastest driver of inflation. Unlike slow economic factors, oil price changes hit inflation quickly. Fuel affects electricity, logistics, and services within weeks. Central banks watch oil closely because even strong interest rate policies struggle to fight energy-driven inflation. 5. Oil is priced in US dollars. Most oil contracts are settled in dollars. When oil prices rise, countries need more dollars to pay for energy imports. This increases global demand for the dollar, strengthening it and weakening other currencies, especially in oil-importing nations. 6. Energy costs shape economic growth. Cheap oil acts like a global stimulus. It lowers costs, boosts consumption, and supports growth. Expensive oil does the opposite. It drains household income, reduces spending, and increases the risk of recession, particularly in energy-dependent economies. 7. Oil shocks have triggered major crises. History shows a pattern. Many global recessions were preceded by sharp oil price spikes. Wars, embargoes, or supply disruptions suddenly reduce availability, causing economic shockwaves that spread across markets and borders. Oil gives geopolitical power to producers. Countries that control oil supply gain leverage when prices rise. They can influence markets, politics, and alliances. Import-dependent nations become vulnerable, forced to adjust policies, subsidies, or foreign relations to secure energy access. 9. Emerging economies are the most exposed. Developing countries often import most of their energy. Rising oil prices weaken their currencies, increase debt burdens, and strain government budgets. This can trigger balance of payments crises, inflation spikes, or social unrest. 10. There is no immediate replacement at scale. Despite renewables growth, oil remains irreplaceable in the short term for transport, chemicals, aviation, and heavy industry. Because alternatives cannot scale quickly, the world remains exposed to oil price volatility. Final truth. Oil controls the world economy because the modern world is built on it. Until energy systems fundamentally change, oil prices will continue to shape inflation, growth, currencies, and global power.